sir.
Okay, what you got?
So basically, I'll just kind of run over the things I wrote in my email, and then if a couple other things come up, we just kind of go there too if you
Okay.
but so basically, I'm a college senior at Pepperdine right now.
Yep.
Uh, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska originally, though. So,
Yep.
long story short, I'm living out here, swimming 910, running 840, 76 push-ups, 83 sit-ups, and 17 pull-ups as of the end of January.
Okay.
Um, Basically, I was trying to figure out. I'm graduating in May, and trying to figure out my timeline as far as like when I should go see a recruiter. And I know that'll probably bring up the topic of like you suggested to a lot of college grads that they go to Army and be an officer that route instead of being a SEAL.
Yep.
Which I'm not totally opposed to, but I would prefer to go SEALs.
Okay.
But yeah, and then so basically, what do you think like a good timeline would look like as far as going to see a recruiter? And
So
then
I
also,
just told one of my dudes in college who's dead set on going, enlisted. I told him like you probably need to go see the recruiters right now.
okay,
And I don't know, like here's the deal. They're backed up 9 to 12 months right now in the SEAL pipeline. So if
okay,
you went in, like you're graduating May of next year, is that what you said?
no, May of right now, like 3-4 months from
Oh
now.
yeah, you gotta go see the recruiters right now. Here's
Okay.
what I'm gonna tell you. There's a good chance you ain't going until May of next year at this point.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna have to
I'm
get that swim time. I just wrote it down. What'd you say your swim was?
9:10 as of like 2.5 weeks ago.
And your runs an 850 you said?
8:40.
840.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. Okay, so what I would tell you is you're gonna have to get both of those down.
Okay.
And what sport are you doing at Pepperdine?
So I played baseball growing up, but I had a hip surgery, so I had to stop playing. But right now I'm just doing jujitsu and training. I'm out here for school.
How is your hip doing?
Totally fine. No
Okay.
issue.
What I would tell you, like you had hip surgery, right?
Yeah, going on 5 years ago.
Okay, when you go in there, I wouldn't tell them nothing about it.
Okay.
I'd let them find it. Okay. Now you may have to say something because you got big ass scars on your hips.
They're like 3 dots from an orthoscopy, but like you can
Okay,
barely
so then you may have to explain that, but like you had it, I would just try to downplay it as much as possible. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I would tell you is go see the recruiter right now. But your times right now, like you need to shave another, like you need to really shave some time off that run.
Okay. On both the run and the swim, I'm pretty confident I can go a lot lower. I haven't really given myself enough time to rest before I take that like test time. Basically, I'm just doing it at the end of the week, just kind of as a deal. So
Okay, so you just been testing like once a month, every 6 weeks.
basically every 4 weeks, just kind of
Have you
like at the end of the week.
have you tapered at all for it?
None.
Okay, so then like, you might be able to. Yeah, we'll see. Like the other thing is that like where are you living? You up in Cali, right? Like up in
Yeah.
north of LA?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like you're gonna have to like I don't know where you're gonna go take the PST at, but depending, like they've been making them take it in the 50-meter pool. That's gonna add time to your swim.
Right.
Okay. So what I would tell you, man, like you gotta make a decision whether you're gonna enlist in the Navy. I would go talk to the recruiters tomorrow, right? Call them up, make an appointment. They're gonna be jacked. There is a rumor out there right now that they're doing away with SO contracts. Okay. If they tell you they're doing away with SO contracts, you walk out the office right now, you go in the Army.
Okay.
Because the chances like your swims and runs aren't phenomenal. They're solid, but not phenomenal. And I would hate for you to roll dice and enlist in the Navy and then not even get to go to SEAL training.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And that's a real possibility because right now, like the bench is 150% for SEALs.
Okay. Meaning they've signed up 150% more than what they got.
They have 150% qualified people for SEALs right now.
Right.
So any way you interpret it, like they literally, like you got to be banging to get there. Like there's dudes with 9:30 runs that ain't getting out of Bud's prep anymore, and they're going straight to the fleet.
Right.
Like 15-20% of every Bud's prep class out of basic ain't getting to go to Bud's. Like I'm not in for that program. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like you're not a dummy. You're gonna lose your shit as an E3 on a ship.
No, I would.
Okay, so like that's what I'm telling you. Like, and people don't like to hear that because they've had this dream. But I'm like, look, man, like if I gotta change my dream to be an Army Ranger or a Green Beret, I can do that real quick. You know, and like they would take you, like you go in the Army on an 18 X-ray contract, you go be a Green Beret before you even ship to Buds.
Yeah. And like you can also do OCS like super quickly, since I will have a college degree at that point in the Army, or 3 months.
So like right now, I'll tell you this: go down and see the Navy recruiter, and then go start the Army process.
Okay.
The Army is February. The Army could have you go into basic a couple weeks after you graduate.
Okay.
Because the board meets every 3 months. I don't know what the board cycle is, but the board meets for Army officers every 3 months. They're gonna pick you up. You're awesome, dude. So you ain't gonna have no problems. They'll pick you up. You go Army. You know, you want to go infantry. My two dudes that just graduated said the same thing. They had zero problem getting infantry out of basic.
Right.
Because no one wants to go infantry.
Yeah. I think I saw another video you were talking about that. But like if I was gonna go Army, my ultimate goal then would be like CAD. Like that's what I would want to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell everybody. Your ultimate goal should be to be as good as you can be in the job you have.
Correct.
Because if you go in with the goal to get to CAG, you may never get there, but you may be a hell of an Army Ranger officer, right?
Right.
I tell everybody, like, you can't talk to me about wanting to go to CAG until you damn been banging in the Army Rangers for 4 or 5 years, right?
Sure. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, because like everybody, that'd be like me saying, hey, I'm in high school right now. I can't wait to go play in the NFL. Like, I'd want to go play in the NFL. Dude, you ain't even played college yet. Like, you can't talk to me about the NFL until you get done with college. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because all you're going to do is, like, there's going to be 100 people so the Army Rangers send a good deal of people to CAG. I would tell you to go Army Rangers before you go Green Berets. If you want to go to CAG, because they ruck so much in the Rangers, you're better off going Rangers than you are Green Berets. The training pipeline is shorter as far as actually getting to the Ranger battalion.
Okay. That makes sense. So basically just call Navy recruiter up. If they have SO contract at that point, like, or if they say that they, we get you on that, should I pursue that as well? Like simultaneously with pursuing the Army route?
That's up to you, bud.
Okay.
Right? Like you got to make some life decisions.
No, yeah, fair.
If I'm sitting in your chair, you know what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
There is no way I enlist in the Navy. Let me say this. I'm not going to say it that way. If I'm you, there's no way I enlist in the Navy over going Army officer. None. Zero. Not just to be a Navy SEAL. Not when I could go be an Army Ranger. Like, I'm going to tell you this. At graduation, when I didn't get SEALs, if they would have told me you can go in the Army, be an Army Ranger, I would have left like that. Like, what? I would have been gone that quick. If they would have said, Jake, we'll let you go in the Army, be Army Ranger, I'd have been gone. Like, I wouldn't even have slowed down. I wouldn't even pause. I'd have been ecstatic. And I would have loved being in the Army. I would have had a great time. Okay. Right. And that's what I think a lot of people are just getting hung up on, man. Like they hung up on the whole Navy SEAL idea, and they not hung up on doing the job.
Right.
If you hung up on doing the job, you don't care what color uniform you got on.
Yeah. I think part of it too is like the whole water aspect of it is like appealing to me. as far as like seals go.
So let me ask you this: for the last 20 years, how much water have we done?
Not much.
Not much. So your argument is already full of holes and sinking quickly.
True. Okay.
Right? Like if you told me we were in World War II and we had UDT teams and we're swimming in on beaches and all that stuff. I mean, shoot, even if you look at the Captain Phillips raid by Dev Group, they parachuted into the water, but then they were on a carrier.
Right.
Or the pirate raid, right? Like now they coming over the beach. We using the water. Don't get it confused. But we using the water a lot less than we used to.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Like you saw they did Nigeria a couple weeks ago, right? Dev Group did?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Was there any water involved?
No.
No. So, like, that sounds great, but other than swimming in the pool and swimming in the ocean, you know, at this point, it is what it is. You can go in the Army and be on the dive teams for both the Rangers and Green Berets,
Mm-hmm.
and get just as much water time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's thank you for answering that. Basically the other thing then is like naturally I'm more of like a strength athlete than like speed or anything. I was a catcher in baseball. So I got like big lower body. As far as like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that, I've been focusing more on the running and swimming aspect of it. Would you just say they can kind of continue that and then just kind of build up before I go? Or
I didn't even write your push-ups and sit-ups down.
Yeah.
Right? You said like 16 pull-ups or whatever it was?
Yeah, 17. I can
17
do more
pull-ups.
than
Like
that too.
dude, you're going to do 2,000 push-ups a day. Like if you
Yeah.
can't get good at push-ups, you're going to be fine. You're an athlete, man. Like athletes don't have no problem as long as you don't quit.
No, yeah, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. 750 people a year say that. You know what they do? They quit. So you can keep that shit to yourself.
Another thing. I heard you just as like I don't even know, as another beneficial thing to do. You said like go get a labor job basically and like just bang it out in the daytime. I got a interview set up like a lumber yard next week to like work for while I'm doing school. Just like for the last few months. Is that something you think would be beneficial?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you, you're at Pepperdine, right?
Yes, sir.
Your parents got a lot of resources, correct?
No, I kind of got here because of my academics, mostly.
Okay, so how are you paying for school at rich ass Pepperdine?
I got a decent scholarship to go here, and then I had my grandma married a wealthy man, so he's helping me out.
Okay, what's your mom and dad do?
My dad's dead, but my mom works part-time. She's like a HR person.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like you got to judge, like I just told somebody else this earlier, like you got to judge how gritty a life you've had.
Right.
And then how tough you really are. And if you think there's some holes in that, then you take a lumber job at the lumber yard and work your ass off for 6 hours a day.
Right.
Right? And you learn to be covered in sawdust and dirty. And, you know, at the end of the day, you excited to eat a bologna sandwich because you haven't eaten all day and all the things that happen, you know?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
I'm never going to tell you it's wrong to take a construction job, especially when you're coming out of Pepperdine. You know, like I know, you know, that's a white collar place. You know what I'm saying? Nebraska blue collar, Pepperdine is white collar. So, you know, you got to judge. I'm not here to pass judgment on how tough you are. I can't tell that. You told me you were a 3-time state champion in Nebraska wrestling, then I would tell you don't worry about it. But baseball players, I mean, my baseball player just killed SEAL training. So some of you are soft, some of you are tough. Like I can't judge that by looking at you. You got to judge that. You're not gonna. There's nothing bad that's gonna come out of going to work at the lumberyard for 3-4 months before you figure out what you want to do.
Okay, thank you. And then There's so basically for swimming out here, I can really only do it once a day, but I'm doing it 6 times a week. Um, but there is I know you said 5, but I like to do 6. Is 6 too much, or is it like?
Hey, bud, you know what I'm gonna tell you? You done seen enough of these videos.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
right.
your ass is swimming a 920.
Okay.
Flat out. Because you're being stupid. Like, you know how many people, you know how fast that swim program has made people? Like 7-minute fast.
Okay.
But if you don't want to listen, you do what you want, man. You like swimming 6 days a week, let me know. Because that's why you swimming at 9:30 right now.
All right. I'll change it this
What's
week.
what's your 100 time?
So last time I emailed you was like about a month ago. You told me to go back to 50s.
Because you
And
were
so
swimming slow, right?
right, I got up like another minute from then. So because I was like up almost around 10, and now I'm like at 9:10, so 9 minutes
No, no, no,
ish.
no,
And
no. What is, oh, you're saying you got a minute off of your 500 freestyle or your 500 side stroke.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so like you're not swimming fast enough when I talked to you a month ago. Now that
Right.
you're telling me you're swimming 6 days a week, that's why you ain't swimming fast enough.
Okay.
Because your body can't recover in one day to go hit another 6 days.
Okay. That makes sense. I guess.
So you can only swim once a day, but what I would tell you is like the only thing that matters are them 10 100s or those 10 50s. And you're
Okay.
doing 10 50s now and you're doing 5 100s after that, right?
Yeah. Well, so I do the 1050s, and I just do like the 5 like 100s. But the last 2 weeks, I've been doing the 1050s and then just like a straight 500 after that.
Okay,
Like
that's
five.
fine. It don't matter. We're just getting ready. We're just getting ready for you to go back to hundreds. So you
Right.
just need to
Yeah.
make sure you're swimming the distance is all that matters. What is
Right.
your 50 time? What's your 50 lap time right now?
So like the interval or
First
lap?
lap on Monday. What's your 50 time?
34, 36.
Okay, so like you're what was it before you started? When you first went back to 50s, what was it?
Like 44, 46.
Okay, so that's what it should be. So now this week go back up to hundreds.
Okay.
But you got to swim them as hard as you swam the 50s. That's where everybody's messed
Okay.
up. You think because it's 100 you can pace yourself. There ain't no pace. As hard as you can go for 10. If you die the
Right.
last 3, that's fine. You'll get better the next week, and then you'll get 8, then you'll get 9, and pretty soon you'll be fine swimming fast 100s, and then you can start getting fast at the hundreds. Because we like to see 11500s,
Right.
but you can't swim a
Okay.
11500 if you swim in 46 50s.
Right. Yeah. I mean, now I'm down to mid 30s, like consistently for my 50s. But would you like, so you want a 115 interval time or total lap time?
No, 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 no. Like you're just your lap, just your first lap.
Got
I
it.
don't care what your interval is, right? Like what was your interval when you left hundreds? What was it?
It was, let me check. It was, I believe, like 2 minutes.
Okay.
It was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Was your 100 interval time, right?
Yeah. 2 minutes
That's what
and
I
20.
thought. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is what you're going to do tomorrow. You're going to swim the fastest 100 that you can swim.
Right.
If you swim in 32, 34s right now, 35s, double that, that's 110. I would
Add,
suspect that you're going to come in tomorrow about 120.
okay.
What is your interval on 120?
150.
150. Perfect. And you'll set your interval. Then the week after that, you do what?
The same thing, right? Or you lower it 10 seconds afterwards? 5 seconds?
So you take off
Okay.
5 seconds. Next week.
Okay.
Then what do you do the week after that?
Another 5 seconds.
Yeah. And pretty soon you'll be swimming 115 hundreds, 110
Okay.
hundreds. My one dude last summer swam 105 hundreds. Like that's about as good as you're going to get. When you get down in the 115s, your interval, he had his interval at 120, 125. He did a week of 120s, and then we went back to 130s because he's swimming fast enough. We don't guys get much faster than that.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Are you eating pasta every day?
Mostly like rice because I like rice better.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna tell you, bud. Does rice fuel your body?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna make
I
an
feel like
argument
it.
that that's why you ain't running or swimming fast.
Okay.
So do this for me. I want you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a food log right now?
Yeah, MyFitnessPal.
Okay, so using MyFitnessPal. Okay, have you been annotating how you feel after workouts?
Yeah, yes, sir. I use this thing called a Whoop strap. So
Okay.
and it measures my workouts and stuff, and I can add notes afterwards, and it
Okay.
like measures my performance. And so,
So if I put you on spaghetti today through this week,
mhm.
you'll be able to tell if there's a big difference.
Yeah, statistically as well, not
Okay,
just
so
like
this is what I want you
anecdotally.
to do. Fuck your rice. I want you to eat pasta a
Yes,
pound a
sir.
day all week.
Yes, sir.
Because here's what I'm going to tell you. Like, you're telling me the right things, but I'm not seeing it in your numbers.
Right.
So if I'm not seeing it in the numbers, there's only two things that are wrong. Either you're not training hard enough or your food ain't right. You're
Right.
training hard enough, so then your food ain't right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Those are only two components that go into it. Or like you just physiologically can't run faster or you can't swim faster. But
Yeah.
that's not the case if you swim in 35-second 50s.
Right.
Okay. That would explain why you can't swim good hundreds. Because you ain't got the energy to swim good hundreds. See how
Yeah.
it's all tied together?
Yeah, that makes sense if I'm burning through my glycogen that fast and I don't have any energy to, yeah.
Yeah, like rice
Okay.
is shit. Ain't nobody train on rice. Ain't no endurance athletes live on rice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and I'm glad we're talking about this because now some stuff is coming out to help everybody. But like all these people talking about I'm eating oatmeal and rice. I'm like, cool, man. Call me in 3 months when you got no gains. And then they switch over to pasta, and in 2 weeks, they drop a minute off of both their run and swim.
Okay.
Because your body's just waiting for the right nutrients for it to grow enough to be able to run and swim like a savage.
Okay.
Like you've been rolling, how long you been rolling on my program? 3-4 months?
Yeah, this will at the end of February it'll be 4 months.
And you took 2 weeks off in the middle?
Yeah, I did, and I had to take a week off. Well, I took like a light week this past week because I injured myself in jiu-jitsu, but like it's kind of healed up. So
Okay, good. That's fine. Okay, as long as you're taking your breaks and you ain't just smoking 10 weeks straight, because emotionally, it's too hard, man. It's too hard to do all that work, right? But I would tell you, you give me a week on pasta, and then I want you to call me next weekend and tell me where you're at.
yes, sir.
And have your watch and be able to tell me, say, hey, man, damn, Jake. Yeah. Or you're like, hey, man, wasn't no big difference.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to tell you right now, if you eat pasta throughout the day, a couple cups after every workout, a couple cups before you go, like if you got a couple hours before you got to work out, you eat a couple cups, like I guarantee you're going to be like, oh, shit.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Also, so with your PT workouts that I'm doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, push-ups and pull-ups.
Okay.
I also work in like strength training with that. So, cause I like to do it mostly, but if it's stupid, then let me know.
What are
and I'll
you doing
stop.
for strength? What are you doing for strength training?
So I do leg press instead of squats just because.
That's fine.
But I do deadlifts with a trap bar.
That's fine.
I do like heavy kettlebell swings with like a 75, what's like kilograms, but it's like
That's
75.
fine.
Okay. And I'm doing those on the days that I don't do push-ups and pull-ups. So
Okay,
2
that's
days.
not fine.
Okay.
Okay, that's another problem.
Okay.
It all got to be in the same day, brother.
Okay.
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you're doing strength training, got to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
Okay, now your legs, here's what I'm going to tell you, upper body. Legs, if you want to swing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday on legs, you might be able to do it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I want you to do legs after you run fast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
Because if you're doing it Tuesday, Thursday, your body's not getting a chance to recover, man.
Yeah.
Just like you
that's
want to do 6 days a week. That's why you suck right now.
Okay.
Like, you should be fast right now, bro. You done did 4 months on my program. You should be fast. You doing a bunch of stuff that's working against you getting fast.
Okay.
I'm not against what you're doing. I'm against when you're doing it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. So you would put the strength training along with the push-ups and pull-ups on those days, basically.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then if you're going to do legs, right, and you only need to do legs heavy twice a week. So Monday and Friday, and then Wednesday needs to be light on legs.
Right. Okay. What
Okay.
I was doing legs twice a week, but I was doing on Tuesday, Thursday.
So you can't do it Tuesday, Thursday. If you're going to do it, you can do it Monday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday.
Okay.
But you can't, like, if you only want to do it twice a week, I'm fine with that too. But you can't do it you can't do it on rest days, because then your rest days aren't rest days.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, completely.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I just kind of got caught up and I didn't realize I was overtraining, really. Okay. Cool. So my last thing then would basically be, so I graduate like in May and I have a lease out here until June. At which point, we got moms asking questions about like where to go and stuff like that, which is my own personal problem. But,
You saying your mom is asking where you're going?
yeah,
She don't want you to come home with her?
no, she does, but I don't want to.
Okay, so then, like, that's a simple answer right there. Go join the Army.
Right.
But, okay, go ahead. What's your question?
But like I said, so, in the meantime, so like if I were to get SEALs, you said I'd be backed up like a year and a half almost.
My guess is you're not even getting close to SEAL training until 2022.
Okay.
Like, last time I heard, they were at 9 months, headed to 12-month delay.
Right.
And that's from the SEAL recruiter.
Okay.
Like, they are super backed up.
Okay.
So unless something phenomenal changes, like they double the class size or anything like that,
Right.
like they kind of looking at it like, oh my gosh, we got all the cream of the crop, whatever. Who cares if they got to wait? I heard they're going to put a 24-year age limit on it. So that may come into play, but I haven't been able to verify any of that other than it's a 9-month delay right now. And it's headed the other way. It's not headed like the delay is going to go down. It's going up.
Right. Okay. Sense. All right. I'll go see. I'll call them tomorrow then. I guess maybe they'll be closed because of President's Day. So maybe I'll do the next one.
Yeah, it's closed.
So
all right. So what do you got to do for me?
Eat pasta. Don't swim more than 5 times a week. Don't lift except for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And make sure.
Okay, are you lifting before your speed runs or after?
I don't want to answer that question. Before.
Okay, when do you need to lift?
After.
Okay. You understand why, right?
Yeah. No, I do. I just feel dumb.
I mean, you shouldn't feel dumb. It's just you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be calling me. You'd be running 9 minutes or 8 minutes and swimming 8 minutes. But that's why you called me, so we can get these questions answered, so you won't waste another 4 months basically trying to overtrain and then do a bunch of stuff that's counterproductive to you actually getting faster and growing.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. What else, bud?
I think that is about it. I mean, just like I had a couple notes about like if I was going to end up going back to Omaha, which is like and doing like scuba and shooting and stuff. But I mean, that's probably like a down the road question. So,
I mean, if you're going to SEAL train, you got to bang out scuba, right?
Okay.
If you're going to, can you shoot right now?
Yeah, I can shoot pretty well.
Okay, then nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Okay, I tell you to start shooting your butt off. Get a B. I tell everybody you can't buy bullets at this point. So buy you. They make an M4 BB gun and sit in the backyard and shoot 2 hours a day. And just
I'll have
work
to
on
check
accuracy.
and see if.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll have to check and see if they can do that in California. They're kind of weird about that stuff out here, but definitely.
Do you have a backyard in California?
It's like 15 feet. It's pretty tiny.
I mean, that's all you need.
Okay.
You just need to be able, like, I could shoot in my bedroom, really. Like, I just need to shoot 10 feet.
Okay.
And make a cardboard box trap. Just take a cardboard box, fill it up with cardboard, vertically, and then shoot into that. The BBs and pellets ain't coming out the back of that.
Okay.
You just got to work on putting the post in the middle of the circle. That's all you got to work on, just like that. So there's a circle, and you put the post in the middle of it like that, and you shoot.
Right.
And then you learn, like, if it's over here, you can't do that. And then pretty soon you're able to see the sight picture, and then the BBs and the pellets start going where you want them to.
Okay.
So it's an M4-177 Crossman pellet gun, I believe. I'm pretty sure, because someone asked me that question now, they were killing me about it, and I just Googled. M4-177. Yep, Crossman pellet gun. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, what else you got, Mr. Miller?
I think that's it for now. I'll get on that, and I'll call you next weekend basically and update you, and hopefully I'll have good news for you.
Are you running long run on Saturday?
Yeah, well, so yesterday I couldn't, so I was planning on doing it today, but don't do that. Okay.
If you don't run on Saturday, you don't do nothing on Sunday.
Okay.
Because if you do long run on Sunday, then you mess up the whole week.
Right.
So you're better off just skipping a weekend than you are going to do it.
Okay.
Or you could have did it Friday night, right? Like you do your speed run in the morning, you could have banged out a long run Friday night and just ate it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can't, like I tell everybody, like don't move nothing to Sunday because it messes up your whole week for training.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just start fresh on Monday then.
What have you been running long run?
So I got up to 12 miles was what I was supposed to do this week. I did 11 miles last week.
Okay.
So
once you get to 12, start alternating 8s and 12s so that you're not running 12 every weekend. You can run 12s every weekend, but 12 is a long way. So 8s and 12s, throw in a 13 or 14 every now and then, 8s and 15, right? Like, you might take a couple, you take half a week off and then you run a real long run, like a 18 on Saturday.
Okay.
So you can play with it a little bit like that, but like you're close right now. I guarantee you change what I told you to change and stop eating rice. Like you'll probably drop 45 seconds in the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because your body is ready for it. You just ain't put no food in your body to like let it do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. One last thing, I'll let you go. Like as far as weight gain and stuff like that, I like naturally was a lot heavier in high school than I am now. I lost all the weight after the surgery, but I've stayed like pretty lean around like 185.
Okay.
And I feel like that aids me in like the push-ups and like pull-ups and stuff since I have like a lighter body mass.
How tall are you?
6'1", 6'2".
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Got it. All right. That's it for now then.
Okay. All right. I'll hear from you next weekend. Check in.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're good, man. Hey, make sure you could tell me exactly how you felt. And then you should see, like you're going to see an improvement just eating pasta. I guarantee you call me tomorrow, text me tomorrow afternoon. I want you to go eat a bunch of pasta today too.
Okay.
Like cook up like half a pound of pasta, get you some sauce and eat it all because you haven't been eating pasta at all, correct?
None.
So you're killing yourself, dude. Like it's 1 o'clock your time, 2 o'clock your time. I would go have a big bowl of pasta now, and I have another one for dinner.
Okay.
Are you eating red meat and chicken?
Yeah, mostly red meat.
Okay, that's fine. Watch what happens when you add real fuel to the gas tank.
All right, sounds good.
All right, dude. Talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Later.